missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I have a brand new client. So she has some previous color history where she was doing a base color that was really warm against her natural root color. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's a lot lighter than her natural hair color, but it looks to me more on the orangey side. And then on the very tips of her hair, she has like some old grown out highlights. So her goal is to have something that's going to blend in with her gray. You can see kind of her gray pattern right there. She wants to have something low maintenance, but just also like when her roots grow in, she wants something that's just going to like grow out really soft and really pretty. So she wanted to do my gray blending, and so I'm going to be going in with my favorite lightener, the Danger Jones powder lightener. And I love this lightener because it has that 9+ levels of lifts. If you guys are new here, this is like the lightener that I've been using ever since it came out, because it literally is the best lightener compared to any lightener out there in the market right now. And the reason being is because, one, it can lift like a level 1 to like a level 9 and 10, and when sitting without like damaging the hair to the extent to where it feels so dry. I feel like this lightener, even though it is so strong, it has bonder in it that really ensures to make sure that your hair doesn't feel super damaged after. So the developer that I always use, the starting point is I generally love to just use 20 volume for my clients. I never really go above 20 volume because I feel like it's like a good steady volume. But my first bowl of lightener, if I'm doing a full transformation like this, and by full I mean starting at the nape just like I did right now, and then going through the whole head, even doing tip outs and the whole shebang, really. And so the first bowl, if I'm doing a full like this, I like to dilute my 20 volume with some 5 volume. And then after I kind of get to the ears, like right about here in this section, is kind of where I will bump up the developer to 20 volume. And I never ever feel the need to go above 20 volume. I feel like 20 volume is like such a safe strength of developer that if you let it sit, it will do its thing and lift. And if it doesn't, that means that's really all the hair can take that day. From my experience, especially on dark hair like this, and especially on previous like permanent color like this, it's really crucial to just be careful, but also have something that is strong. And I feel like this lightener with the combination of just 20 volume does the trick every single time. So if you are new here, I always start in the back. I did some detail hairlines around the nape, and then I take a mohawk section. I call it a mohawk section because it's like the center of the head, and I take the back section all in one go. Now I used to do this in 2 different like sections where I would split the back in half, but I was trying to find a way to kind of foil a little bit quicker and work smarter, not harder. So from then, I've been doing my mohawk sectioning. And I love this because it keeps it extremely simple. It's very versatile with any type of look that you want to do, whether it's high impact or dimensional. There's so many ways you can customize this sectioning pattern to create your client's goals. That this has just been my go-to for the last couple years, and I have stuck with it since. And since then, I will say I have taken classes where like I sometimes think I want to try something new, and I have. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they are wrong, but I just find that I always go back to this because it's simple and it's really easy for me to touch up the hair, especially next time, because it's not all about doing the transformation initially, but essentially you want to keep client retention by creating a game plan for your client. And if you can make their hair look better each time they come in, they're going to keep coming back to you. So my goal is to create a technique here where I can essentially make it look better and better each time my client comes in my chair, if that's even possible. And I feel like this is what that placement really does for me, and it's just worked for me throughout the years, and I can now proudly say that this is such my go-to. I've tried other placements, and just a personal preference, I feel like this just breaks it down really simple and makes it really easy to touch up so that you are signed up for success each time that you do it. So after I do that mohawk section, I did a few foils around the side of her hairline to kind of connect that money piece, did a foil above the ear, and now I'm connecting that whole mohawk that we originally did with just a side section here. So essentially there's really only 3 major sections apart from the detailed hairline foils that we're really getting into. And I don't know about you guys, but in beauty school, I was always taught to kind of section the hair into 4. So sectioning the hair into 3 now just makes it so much faster, cleaner, and just like really simple when I have to go back in and touch it up. And then really quickly, guys, right now I'm just going in and doing my tip outs. If you are new, I love to do tip outs lately because it really elevates your look, and I feel like it really sets you apart from, let's say, the other hairdresser down the street when you're doing any type of foil work like this. It just elevates it in the sense that you make the ends brighter, it creates your blends to look even more flawless and seamless, and it just ties everything so well in the end. You guys will see once this is all done. So I am now pulling out her foils once I felt like her hair reached to about a level like 9 and 10. So she did have permanent color on there and she had a virgin root. But overall, I felt like her hair lifted pretty evenly throughout everything. I was pretty happy with the way that it lifted, and so I usually like to keep the hair separated like I am right now, rinse out the foils and just make sure that everything is nice and lifted evenly before I bring all the hair and rinse it out all together. So now I'm going to be going in with some Danger Jones gloss toners. So for her root formula, I have literally been loving using the Danger Jones gloss toners because they're extremely conditioning and they have such great pigment and shine. I feel like I recently started toning my hair with the gloss toners and my hair just feels so soft. It's kind of insane, even though like I just got it lightened too, and so I'm sure my clients can feel it too when they're at home and they wash their hair, the difference that it makes in making your hair just extremely shiny. And then on the ends, after I do her shadow root, I'm putting on some rapid toners. I'm using some violet and silver to kind of create like more of a grayish tone so that she could have something that's going to be ashy enough to blend in with her natural gray pattern when it grows out. And then after the color was all done, I blow dried her straight, then curled her with a 1 1/4 inch barrel, and then added some texture spray.
Wow, I could never do that.
The curl?
Yeah.
How's the color and everything feel?
It looks so cool. Like I just didn't imagine. So like I said, I'm looking forward to when the black starts peeking through.
Yeah, you can see your natural gray in between that.
Low maintenance.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's great.
Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. I absolutely loved it. I know that this is going to fade into like a really pale ashy blonde, and if she upkeeps it with the proper aftercare and purple shampoo, she can maintain more of like that ashy tone. But this is going to blend so much better than what she had before with her gray. She really didn't have too much, but I really wanted to do kind of a heavier highlight to get rid of a lot of that warmth. Otherwise the warmth would have overtaken the ash for this look. But definitely next time when she comes in for her roots, we can definitely work on that to make it more dimensional and really match her natural gray pattern. But overall, we loved the tone of it and definitely agreed that this would look a lot better with her natural gray going through. But anyways, guys, that is it for this week's episode. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And as always, I will talk to you guys next week.